Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to our cruising through COVID update. Just wanted to check in. We'll do a quick, I think, short video here, but wanted to do a couple things. First, a follow up to our casino visit this morning. Wanted to show a couple other items that I think were a little relevant in, as you're thinking about creating a consistent opening experience so off the gaming floor. When you think about bars, restaurants, I think there's a lot of good dialogue and a lot of great guidelines for restaurant social distancing and expectations. But when you start thinking about opening casino bar environments, what that looks like. So take a look at this. This is, again, pretty interesting to see this today in the casino space. Here's a casino bar. You'll notice, a little hard to see here, but there's plexiglass actually set up in front of each of the gaming terminals that are set up on the countertop. Pretty interesting. The one thing it did do is help a customer see where they can sit and what's not open at the bar in order to create spacing. So for that, I think it was very positive. I just will mention again that upon a closer examination of the plexiglass, there was a lot of smudging. There was a lot of dirt. It didn't look clean. I would also, listen, I'm not an expert in cleaning solutions or chemicals or what works best, but I would say now is the time to go reach out to somebody who is, to figure out what's not going to leave any kind of streaking or marks on plexiglass, because frankly your customer doesn't know the difference between that's actually from a cleaner or it's just not clean. Just something to keep in mind as you go. There's a second casino bar that we walked by today as well. So take a look at this. A little bit different from the first one. Same type of bar feel, but no plexiglass. So again, I think this is a great lesson in consistency is going to be important, because when someone goes and sees the guidelines set up one way at a casino bar, they see it set up somewhere else. And again, this just doesn't apply to the casino environment. This is just our example from today. This applies in all aspects, retail, wherever you may be working. Just making sure that every aspect of your operation is covered and looks the same is going to help really ensure your customers feel a sense of security and that you're actually delivering on your plan or promise. One other observation from today for our friends in gaming, focusing a little bit more on the table environment. So this casino did have 3 seats at each table, each with a plexiglass divider in front of them. What I did find very interesting, just standing back and observing, customer behavior here. Folks standing behind, waiting for one of those 3 chairs to get up was certainly starting to become an issue. And when you think about the lost revenue potential or the lost engagement opportunities to get those folks somewhere else spending money, it was interesting. I heard one table dealer actually start creating a wait list of who was next in the seat that opens up. And they were actually doing overhead pages for folks to come to the blackjack table, which I thought was interesting. I think it fits this casino's brand well. May not work for everybody, but finding innovative ways to maximize revenue potential and not just have a bunch of folks standing around, get them engaged somewhere else. They want to be entertained. They want to have fun. So figuring out how you can do that is an important element as well. A couple other thoughts. I think that we're inspired by the visit today, just to get you thinking a little bit about solutions, innovations. What can you do that's maybe a little bit different from somebody else? Your customers want to be a part of the process. And I look at what Uber and what Pizza Hut, when you order pizza from Pizza Hut, you know that Susie just put it in the oven and Johnny's on his way. Uber, you know exactly where your driver is. Uber Eats, a lot of us have been using that in the last couple weeks. You know exactly where it is in the process. You've really brought the customer into the back end of the service delivery or the delivery process. So, your customers have been more and more exposed to being a part of the delivery of the experience, right? So, thinking about how you can engage your customers in a way to make them a part of the process. And I think one thing that stood out to me is why aren't brands, and maybe some are, I just haven't quite seen it yet, it's not mainstream. So this is your opportunity to make this your thing. But no one wants to sit and wait for the EVS or the housekeeping attendants to come by and clean the machines. You don't know when they were there last. I was talking to a couple folks in the casino today who didn't want to get on camera, but I am conveying their sentiment that they were a little uneasy because they didn't know the last time the machine had been cleaned. It's not like there's a marker saying this was just wiped down 10 minutes ago. Why not hand out, when you go to a barbecue restaurant, the little moist towelettes, independent packs of Lysol wipes or a sanitizing wipe that a customer can take. You put your logo on it, you brand it, you hand them out when folks come in. Now I can wipe down the slot machine whenever I want to create a greater sense of security or safety, if that's what makes me feel better. Maybe I forgot it at home, I didn't bring my own Lysol. But creating engagements and just making things available for your customer to really do things the way that they're looking to have it done, or create their own sense of security, is going to be important here. There's one other item I just thinking, sitting and watching the environment today. Security is a department that we've evolved, and uniforms have changed quite a bit to make them stand out, right? A lot of casinos used to have dark jackets, and you've seen them go to bright yellow polo shirts. Again, the heightened sense of security, presence, you can quickly find them, you see them quickly, you feel safer about your environment. I would argue that your EVS, your housekeeping, your team that's cleaning your public areas, frankly, is your new security force. That is the team that your customers are looking for to feel safe and secure. And I would challenge some organizations to think about, for security, we've made them stand out, and it's helped the customer feel more confident. I think now's the time to start changing the uniform or doing temporary uniforms for EVS attendants that are bright green, yellow, whatever. Clean team, do something fun, brand it, have a good time with it, because now more than ever, your customer is going to be looking and seeing if you've promised wiping down machines at a certain time frame, you've published your guidelines, that's now fair game. So make it easier for your customer to see that you're actually delivering on the expectations and the promise that you've put out there. Make it easier for them to find it, see that it's happening. I think your EVS teams will love the fact that they stand out. I think they're some of the most friendly individuals on the casino floor. I love talking to them when I was in the gaming industry. A lot of great stories, a lot of great engagement, very passionate team members. I think it's almost a bit of a recognition tool as well. So just a couple more insights from the visit today, and a few things to think about as you're building out your reopening strategy to problem solve and get ahead of the game. Tomorrow we'll be visiting a couple different outlets, going to try to get a couple retail outlets, food and beverage. We'll see what we can find as we go through our cruising through COVID road tour here. But thanks for tuning in. Again, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you smash, apparently is the word to use on YouTube, that subscribe button so you get notified when we go live with our updates over the next couple days. But thanks for tuning in. Hope you find this insightful, and have a great rest of your evening.